Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Topical English Vocabulary with me, Teacher Tiffany. In this week's episode, I'm going to teach you 5 important English vocabulary words that you need in order to speak about cultural events and festivals. You know that we are living in a time where people from around the world are coming together, and you need to be equipped to join conversations about cultural events and festivals. So, are you ready? Well then, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Now, I want to make sure you have your pen and paper ready because we are going to learn a lot. All right, the very first word that I want to break down for you is this word heritage. Excellent. Good. Again, after me. Heritage. Excellent. Now, this word heritage, it literally just means the traditions, customs, and achievements of a particular group or community passed down from generation to generation. Once again, the traditions, the customs, and achievements of a particular group passed down from generation to generation. So I want you to think about your own culture, right? Maybe there's something specific that you enjoy. Maybe there's a certain food that you really enjoy, right? I have a friend, she's Puerto Rican American, and she introduced me to tostones, right? The fried plantain, absolutely delicious, right? But again, there are certain things that make up your culture, right? Certain things that are very characteristic of you and your culture. Again, we're talking about this word heritage, and it's related to the traditions, customs, and achievements. So what else can you think about your culture? Maybe not just the food, but maybe you enjoy doing certain things during the holidays, certain things that people in your culture do. This is all tied into heritage. Make sense? Excellent. All right. So let's check out some example sentences because these example sentences will help you understand even more how to use this word in real life. Here's the first sentence. The festival celebrates the rich heritage of the indigenous population. Again, you heard that word, right? Again, we're talking about heritage. Let's go to the next example sentence. Learning about the local heritage helps you understand the cultural significance of traditions and celebrations. I like this sentence a lot. Again, learning about the local heritage helps you understand the cultural significance of traditions and celebrations. And this is so true. I remember when I lived in South Korea, I was there for about 10 years. And when I first got to Korea, I was a foreigner. I was an American. I was there to teach English and I was there to teach the Bible. And I loved it, right? But the majority of my free time was spent with other Americans or other foreigners. It wasn't until around the 2nd or 3rd year mark that I started hanging out with more Koreans as opposed to hanging out with Americans. And when I say my mind opened, my eyes were opened. Why? Because I started learning more about what? The local heritage. My Korean friends were explaining many aspects of the culture, many aspects of the history of Korea. And this really expanded my mind and enhanced my experience. Makes sense, right? We're talking about this word heritage. And this last sentence, this last example sentence, it says, preserving heritage ensures that cultural practices and customs are passed down to future generations. This is very important. Again, preserving, keeping it intact, holding on to it, sharing it with future generations. All right? So again, our first word is heritage. Excellent. All right. The second word we're going to look at is parade. Good. Again, parade. Excellent. All right. Now this word parade, it literally just means a public procession with people, vehicles, and floats, often accompanied by music. All right, this is something I can remember this very clearly. So parades are very common in America, right? It's part of American tradition, right? When there's something to celebrate. We have the July 4th parade. We have a Thanksgiving parade, and it's kind of broadcast on television. Everywhere you go, you can see the parade on TV. So this is something that's very characteristic of America, right? We enjoy being out together. We enjoy music and celebrating things together. So a parade, just imagine, maybe in your country, right, when it's Christmas time, or maybe when it's the New Year, like Lunar New Year for our Asian brothers and sisters, right? You enjoy seeing people outside. Maybe they have costumes on. Maybe they're playing traditional instruments, right? Moving throughout the streets of your community. This is what we call a parade. Again, a public procession with people, vehicles, and floats, often accompanied by music. And you know, I love music. So in English, we say parade. Now let's check out some example sentences using this term. Here's the first example sentence. The town's annual parade features marching bands, decorated floats, and costumed participants. You heard it, right? Good. Next, many cultural festivals culminate in a vibrant parade showcasing the community's spirit. And finally, finding a good spot to watch the parade is a popular activity during the festival. You got it? Yes, again, we're talking about this word parade. Excellent. All right. So our first word again was, yes, exactly. The first word was heritage. And now the second word we have, parade. Excellent. We have heritage and parade. Let's move on now to number 3. And again, remember, as we're going through these words, we're trying to get to the point where you can have a conversation and speak with confidence in English about cultural events and festivals, right? Now, everything that I'm teaching you is actually coming from my free daily English vocabulary newsletter. I send it out via email to well over 30,000 English learners around the world every day from Sunday to Friday. And if you're not getting the email, again, it's totally free. All you have to do is go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. Once again, dailyenglishvocabulary.com. I had to swallow. So again, you can get the email, but the words that I'm teaching you today actually were sent out via email to over 30,000 English learners. All right. So now looking at the third vocabulary word, I want you to repeat after me. Folklore. Good. Again, folklore. Excellent. All right. This term folklore, it literally just means traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community. Traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community. Now, many times people say things like, hey, you know, when you hear that noise while you're sitting outside on your deck and it sounds like the rustling of trees, that's actually the biggest bear we've ever seen in the town. For example, right? Folklore, something that most likely is not true, but it's a story or a belief that has been handed down from generation to generation to generation. And there might be stories or things in your own culture that you know they're not true, but everybody kind of keeps telling the story, right? Again, this would be considered a folklore. You got it? Excellent. All right. Check out these example sentences. Here we go. The first one. Storytelling sessions during festivals often share tales and folklore passed down through generations. Next, understanding local folklore provides insight into the community's history and values. So let me backtrack a little bit. Earlier, a few moments ago, I mentioned that folklore in general, they're not really true stories, right? However, look at what this sentence says. Understanding folklore provides insight into the community's history and values. So even though the stories might not be true, they will tell you a lot about the people, a lot about the culture. Make sense? All right, good. Okay, now let's check out this last example sentence. Here we go. Studying folklore can reveal interesting cultural influences and traditions. You got it? Excellent. All right, so again, number 3, we have what? Folklore. Very good, very good. What was number 2? Yes, you got it. Once again, parade. And number 1, do you remember number 1? Excellent. Heritage. Very good. All right, now let's move on to number 4. Number 4 after me is performer. Good. Again, performer. Excellent. All right. Now, this term performer literally just refers to a person who entertains an audience, such as a singer, dancer, or musician. All right. Again, a person who entertains an audience, right? Think about when you go to a concert or you go to the theater, right? You're going to watch a show. Someone is going to perform. They're going to act. They're going to sing in front of you to bring you enjoyment, to make you happy. That individual is called a performer. Makes sense, right? Excellent. All right. So let's check out these example sentences. Here we go. The first example sentence. The festival stage features a variety of talented performers showcasing their music and dance. Next, traditional performers often wear elaborate costumes and use unique instruments. And finally, watching skilled performers is a captivating aspect of many cultural events. You got it? Excellent. All right. So again, number 4, we have the word performer. Very good. Now, what was number 3? Yes, folklore. And what was number 2? Excellent. Parade. And what was number 1? Heritage. Very, very good. Now we're going to move on to word number 5, our 5th vocabulary word about this topic. I want you to repeat after me. Again, remember we're learning words related to cultural events and festivals so that you can start speaking about this topic with confidence and you won't be nervous, all right? So again, we're going to be looking at the 5th word. The 5th word after me is festivities. Good. Again, festivities. Excellent. Now, this word festivities, it literally just means celebrations or joyful activities associated with a particular occasion. Festivities, the things you do, right? You're celebrating someone, and so there are different activities, different things you're doing. Maybe you're playing games, maybe you're listening to music, maybe you're singing the songs, right? You're getting together with others and you're having a good time. Why? In order to celebrate a specific occasion, but it's normally something joyful, right? So let's check out these example sentences. Here we go. The first one. The town comes alive with vibrant festivities during the annual cultural celebration. Next, participating in the festivities is a way to connect with the local community and celebrate its heritage. And finally, the lively festivities create a memorable experience for locals and visitors alike. You got it? Excellent. So once again, number 5 after me, festivities. Good job. What was number 4? Yes, number 4, we had performer. Excellent. Number 3, folklore. Number 2, yes, parade. And number 1, excellent, heritage. One more ding for you. Yeah, okay. So now you know the 5 words related to this topic. But now it's time for us to actually use these words together in one paragraph to describe a situation. And you'll notice how you're able to understand exactly what is being said because you now know these 5 words. So I want you to pay close attention as we go into this paragraph, understanding how to use these words in real life. Here's the paragraph. Stepping into the heart of a new culture can be extremely enriching. Imagine vibrant celebrations bursting with music, dance, and the aroma of delicious local cuisine. These events offer a first-hand glimpse into the community's heritage. You can witness performers adorned in traditional attire, sharing captivating stories and folklore that have been passed down for generations. The energy is contagious, with parades bursting with color and lively music filling the streets. Participating in these festivities isn't just about entertainment. It's a chance to connect with the community, gain a deeper understanding of their values, and truly appreciate the cultures around you. Now, this paragraph included each of the words that we talked about today. We saw, for example, performers, heritage, folklore, parade, and festivities being used in this one paragraph. This is how you improve your English skills, by studying vocabulary based on a specific topic. My friend, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Topical English Vocabulary with me, Teacher Tiffani. Don't forget to study each and every day to improve your English vocabulary. Remember to go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. Sign up for the free email newsletter, and I'll be in your inbox every day from Sunday to Friday. I'll talk to you next time.